Hello all, and it's been a long time, as you can see by the kind of not really beard, but I've been off work for about a month. Not like off work, has been fired or anything like that. I just had some family stuff happen, so I had to take off. I thought I would just say that because that's why I'm not going to WrestleMania this year. I had planned on it up until I found out that all of this was going on. It wasn't such a big a surprise, and it's nothing major, and it's nothing bad, anything like that. Just not going to go into it. But just some stuff I had to take care of, and so I did, and still kind of in the middle of it. Should go back to work, maybe not next week, but probably the week after, if everything comes out. The benefits of having lots and lots of vacation time. Very good thing. Anyways, so I haven't done a video for forever because of that. So I finally had a chance today to actually be able to do a video, so I thought I would come on here and do a video, and so that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to try to get caught up on everything I have not talked about, which is a lot of stuff, because a lot of stuff is going down. A lot of stuff is even going on. Let's talk about probably the second biggest thing that has happened, which is CM Punk. CM Punk, as some people have said, took his ball and went home. For various reasons. A lot of people have asked me about this and what I've thought about it. I really don't know what to think. You know, anyone that has followed CM Punk, anyone that knows anything about CM Punk knows that the guy can be a dick, the guy is egotistical, the guy is all of that stuff, and it's all that stuff that you, to a large degree, kind of need to be successful in a lot of different types of things, including pro wrestling, as much as people don't like necessarily to hear that. And it's evident that he was not happy with the way things were going. Heard reports that he was burnt out, that he just wasn't happy. Apparently he might not have been happy facing Triple H and losing to Triple H at WrestleMania, since apparently he was leaving in July no matter what. Various reasons of why he may have left. There's talk that he wasn't necessary, that it was a bunch of different things, all of those things, plus the fact that he couldn't get a straight answer on exactly what the WrestleMania payday was going to be, because all these guys have their contracts are tied up with the pay-per-view buy rates. Of course, with the network, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, that's going to completely skew the WrestleMania buy rates, and apparently nobody, at least at that point, was able to get any sort of idea of, you know, what their payday was going to be. That apparently is part of it. The fact he wasn't happy was part of it. The fact he didn't like where creative was going was part of it. Apparently there fact that apparently, you know, he was just not feeling well was part of it. He was burnt out was part of it. Apparently, there's a bunch of different stuff. And we probably won't know a complete story for probably a long time. And ultimately, hey, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. And a lot of people feel like, you know, he owed the fans. Somehow, I don't think this is the last time we will ever see CM Punk. I just think this probably will be we probably won't see CM Punk in front of, you know, in WWE for a while. So there is all of that. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I got to say about that, I guess. Yeah, again, Dave Meltzer got it wrong. I guess we could talk about that. That, you know, he reported, you know, he felt 99% sure that Punk was going to be in Chicago. He wasn't. WWE did a good job of playing that up, so there was that. And yeah, so there was all of that. I will say that if Punk hadn't left, I'm curious. You know, I'm sure at this point Daniel Bryan would have been in the main event of WrestleMania. At this point, I don't think that would have changed. But given the fact that they were being so stubborn about putting him in the main event of WrestleMania, it seems like, you know, he probably wouldn't even have gotten Triple H, which that makes you wonder what exactly Daniel Bryan was going to do. There's been rumors and rumors and rumors and rumors that the thing that he was going to do was he was going to face Sheamus at WrestleMania, and that would have been failed of all sorts of types. But anyways, so I guess there is that. But anyways, like I said, so there was that. So WWE was able to in Chicago, and they're, you know, that they were able to play that up and do a very masterful job of that and all of that. So there was that. So anyways, let's get on to the other big, massive thing I have been asked a billion things about, and that is the network in all of its glory. So, network launched. Network did not launch smoothly, which I think anyone that thought it was going to be launched smoothly was fooling themselves. There were issues. There are still issues. I guess on Xbox, there are all sorts of issues, and if you kind of read between the lines, it sounds like it's more. I don't want to say it's completely not WWE's fault, because ultimately, it's their thing, it's theirs, so they ultimately have responsibility over it. But if you kind of read about it and you kind of read what WWE is saying and what Microsoft is kind of saying and not saying, it sounds like it's really more on Microsoft's end. Um, so more so than WWE's end. I'm sure they're both to blame. I'm not gonna sit there and lie about that, but it sounds like that's the case. I don't know if that's ever going to get worked out, but there you go. But anyway, so the network started. I've signed up for it. I still have it. I know there are some people that I respect very dearly, and people that I am very good friends with that will not, because they don't want to give Vince McMahon money. Except that, here is my thing on that. This is the thing. This is the type of thing I've wanted for a long time. I have issues with it still. I will tell you, if the issues are not fixed by the time SummerSlam comes around, I will not re-up. There are things I want on the network that are not on the network. Of course, the big thing that no one's really talked about is one of the things they said was going to be on the network that is still not on the network was the DVD library, and it's not on the network now. Of course, all the pay-per-views are on the network. The problem with that is more so with the WCW pay-per-views. You're getting the home release versions, particularly the early pay-per-views, which are often cut and missing things. Instead of the actual pay-per-view as they aired, and WWE apparently has all of that footage, so I don't know why that wasn't uploaded. It makes me wonder about the people who are in charge of uploading and if they're just not aware of this. Though I've heard some cases where they're putting up the best version that's possible, i.e. the home release version is better quality wise as far as tape quality than the actual live versions. So that's sad, but hopefully they can get that fixed, particularly since some of these pay-per-views they've uploaded, I don't know off the top of my head which ones, where they had uploaded the home release versions that apparently on WWE Classics on demand they had uploaded the actual, that the pay-per-view versions do exist and that they were good enough for that, but they're not good enough for this, which is kind of weird. Of course, none of the international WCW pay-per-views are up, which is sad. You would think they would own it. Worlds Collide was shown on Classics, I know, and it's not up, and that's kind of irks me a little bit. Same thing with I believe it's 2 Japanese pay-per-views that they had done, which are not up. I think it was one. There might be 2 German. I think it's one German pay-per-view, which isn't up as well, which kind of sucks. That was just a German pay-per-view that they did. They may not have put that one up because that was a German-only pay-per-view, and the commentary might just be in German, and so there is that. And then on the ECW side, of course, all the music has been completely changed, which I don't think anyone that shocked. I'm kind of shocked that you're shocked. You knew that was coming. And apparently there's almost no New Jack stuff, which doesn't surprise me because given the fact that Natural Born Killers played during 90% of, particularly the pay-per-view stuff, of New Jack's matches. So that doesn't surprise me so much that they just completely edited that out. So those are the pay-per-view wise, that's the thing. Now, then you've got the thing that I watched the most. You had NXT Arrival, which you will find their star ratings all sorts of down below. So if you want star ratings, go look. There are star ratings for all sorts of matches that I have not done, and I'll get to them as we go along. But you had the NXT show, which I enjoyed a lot. To the point where when the Impact rating, I'm not picking, and people are going to think, because I did watch Lockdown, so I will review Lockdown, and I will get to that when I get there. I'm not picking on TNA. It's pretty much, it would be a story if this happened. But the week that the NXT Network show happened, the live special happened, the Impact rating was unusually low given what they were going up against, and so there was kind of wondering if people had watched, for the first hour of Impact, because it wasn't head-to-head, but the first hour Impact was that the first hour Impact just did not do well against that show, and that doesn't seem to be the case, so that didn't look like it happened. But anyways, but I did watch the NXT show. The opener, Zayn and Cesaro, was awesome, like you would think it would be. The women's match I thought was pretty good. I didn't think it was good, but I thought it was pretty good. And the ladder match I thought was a good, safe ladder match. It wasn't anything outstanding, but it was a good match. It was a safe ladder match. It was safer than what we're probably used to. I don't think people necessarily were like that. And I thought the match itself was pretty good. So, so there was that. So, and that was definitely worth, if you have the network and you've not watched that, which I question why you haven't watched that yet. You should watch that. But anyways, other stuff that I have watched on the network that I'm always really kind of cool about watching is they've uploaded, of course, some ECW stuff and World Class Championship Wrestling stuff. There is no Mid-South stuff up yet. There is very little WCW TV up, which I find completely baffling in my mind. There is old, it's WWE old school, and what that is, it's old Madison Square Garden, Boston Garden, Maple Leaf Garden, Spectrum shows, basically house shows that they taped, which WWE used to do, and they used to on the various networks, like the Madison Square Garden network, and they would air the stuff on there, and they've been uploading that, and that has all sorts of just cool stuff. The earliest Ric Flair Hulk Hogan match, so the one that was before, what was it, Bash of the Beach or whatever it was that WCW did when they wrestled in WCW at the pay-per-view. The first one before that, which was in Madison Square Garden, that's up. There's just a lot of cool stuff. So if you've not looked at that stuff, I would recommend looking at that stuff. Like I said, you had the World Class Championship Wrestling stuff is up. There's some ECW stuff. My biggest issue with that is that they are uploading shows out of order, which for World Class Championship Wrestling, they've been uploading the stuff leading up to, and I think the Kerry Von Erich Ric Flair cage match, which is a big deal, has been loaded up. But they uploaded all the stuff leading up to it, which is awesome stuff. And they were skipping around, and it kind of sucked because I was really getting into that storyline because it's amazing to see. And the other thing that's amazing to see when you're watching World Class is just how good David Von Erich was. I kind of remember David Von Erich. I'd seen some stuff of David Von Erich, but just to see him, like just time after time on these shows and seeing how much better of a promo he was than, just about everybody that was on that show. Not that everybody was, a great promo. How horrible a promo Kerry was. But Kerry had the looks and the body and all of that. David was just this big, lumbering guy, but you could tell that he could have been the real freaking deal. I mean, just watching it just amazing to me. But they're uploading it out of order. The same thing with the ECW stuff. They're pretty on the very early ECW. I think they're still in the Eastern Championship Wrestling stuff right now when it comes to ECW. And my thing is, I wish if they were going to rotate things as they upload them, which I can completely understand why you would want to do that. They only have so much space. They can probably put stuff up to upload. I would rather them upload stuff in like blocks of years or in blocks, and that everything was coherent, so you could watch. Hey, I'm going to watch all of this stuff. I'm going to watch all of this stuff, so to speak. And like I said, there's almost no WCW television up. No clashes. You would think they could at least put all the clashes up. No Saturday night stuff. No Nitros. No Thunder. None of that stuff. And that's as you would think. But hopefully they keep putting up more stuff. They do put up new stuff pretty constantly. I almost never watch the streaming stuff because the streaming stuff to me is kind of pointless. I wish they would put up some different stuff. I'm really shocked. I got a message today. I guess they put up the new WWE cartoon, the Slam City or whatever it is, today. I got a message from the the app, and I can actually watch. I can't watch it on for some reason on Chrome, on my Chrome browser. I can watch it on my Internet Explorer browser that I still have on this computer. I can watch it on my iPad. I can watch it on my iPhone. In fact, even when I'm home. I have an Xbox, but as I said, the Xbox issue, so I haven't even tried that. So, but I've been watching mostly of it on my iPad, which works out pretty well. But anyways, beside all that, I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed a lot of it, but I don't watch a lot of the streaming stuff because none of the streaming stuff is anything that I necessarily want to watch. But anyways, like I said, they put up the cartoon. I'm shocked that they haven't put up the old 80s cartoon. That would be something you could put up. And some of the stuff like that, I'm kind of shocked they haven't put up. But anyways, I've rambled on about that. I do enjoy the network. Like I said, hopefully they can get more stuff uploaded. I am kind of shocked more people haven't made a bigger deal that, they said all the DVDs were going to be uploaded. Now what that means is who knows. But they haven't done that, and that kind of bugs me. Just so that some of the stuff some of the rarer stuff, particularly some of the Coliseum home video stuff, that if they could upload that people probably have never seen that, or if the pay-per-views, just the compilations and stuff, just to kind of get a feel for it. So there's all that stuff too. So anyways, then of course we have all sorts of pay-per-views and high pay-per-views that I've watched that I have not talked about. So I will talk about that stuff. I've watched pretty much every every New Japan pay-per-view this year. I did watch the CMML, the uh, New Japan pay-per-view thing, and I thought I had the star ratings and everything written down, but I don't. And apparently I deleted it off my computer, and I really don't want to go back and go watch them again. I remember them being good and fun to watch, but not necessarily great things. So I will say that. But anyway, so you had the New Beginnings, the first show, which was more of a setup show. New Beginnings, they did one minor pay-per-view and then two major pay-per-views where they kind of split the card up. Just apparently so that they felt like they had more time for the major matches. It worked, I guess. I don't know. We'll see if we get more of that. That means that it was successful for them as far as money wise. If not, then we probably won't get it anymore. But anyways, so you had the first show of that, which was really the only thing on there that was noteworthy was the 8-man that was pretty good. Main event. That was really the only thing to watch there. Then you actually hit the Hiroshima show, which that was not a great show. I think it was I'd say it was a very good show. I wouldn't say it was a great show. The main event is great. Tanahashi versus Nakamura, which is what you would expect. And there was a lot of setup for the next show, which was the Osaka show, which this to me was a great show. I really liked this, particularly the last two matches were fairly awesome to be. I mean, you had Ishii and Naito, which is a legit legit. Probably this is a match that people will be talking about end of the year, match of the year. So yeah, there was that. You had the NWO guys on this show, which weren't very good, and same thing with the other show. With those two shows, I would say that was the big thing. And then, of course, you had the opener, Young Bucks and Time Splitters, which was great, and which the Young Bucks won those titles, since they have just about every title known to man now that they could probably win. So there you go. You had Elimination Chamber, which a lot of people have asked me about as well. Thought Elimination Chamber was I will say it was a great pay-per-view. I enjoyed watching it. I did not like the end. I didn't like the way the Elimination Chamber itself was necessarily booked, but I did enjoy watching the show. I will say that. The Wyatts versus Shield match, which I really questioned why people wanted to see this. I wasn't sure Bray Wyatt and Rowan would hold up their end of the deal, and I had no faith that WWE would book this worth a damn. I was completely and utterly fucking wrong. This was an awesome fucking match. And then I thought the Elimination Chamber was great. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the fact that Cesaro got to show off. The way Daniel Bryan Daniel Bryan stuff is Daniel Bryan stuff. There's not much you can really do about that. So, what are you going to do? I already talked about the NXT, which I enjoyed too. Like I said, I thought it was a pretty good show. I wouldn't say it was a great show. I did think it was a pretty good show. It was 2 hours, so maybe it was great. I don't know. And then we had the New Japan Anniversary show, which was the last pay-per-view I saw. This was the last 2 matches of this. Again, were great. This was a minor show as well. I would say go out of your way to see Okada versus Bushi if you haven't. And also the tag with Nakamura and Ishii taking on Tanahashi and Naito. Oh my god. Those were just great, fun things to watch. Yes, 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 yes. The undercard was, but those 2 matches were so great that it's worth watching the pay-per-view for. So there you go. Then we had Lockdown. Yes, I watched Lockdown. And most people will be like, why in the hell would you watch Lockdown? The reason why I watch Lockdown, and probably a lot of people, if you followed my Twitter, you've seen that I have watched some more Impact than I have been. A lot of that has to do with the American Rules, or the Wolves as they're called now. And as soon as I saw, I think it was their first match, and I kind of stopped watching. The fact that Joe was booked fairly strong made me kind of want to watch a little bit more. And this pay-per-view, of course, and also the fact that they announced that they had a working agreement with Wrestle One, which is Great Muda's promotion in Japan, and they were sending guys over there, and they're doing the one-night-only pay-per-view, which I do want to see, even though I was really hoping that they were going to do something better with Joe than what they did. The thing they did with Joe over there, just, I'm like, what the hell? But particularly since, okay, TNA knew where they were going with Joe, so I'm not sure why they didn't have Joe go in against somebody over there who was a bigger name and maybe a singles match and set up the the matches they want to do with Angle and maybe have Joe job. I'd be completely fine with that if he had a great match over there. But anyways, so I did watch this show. I did not enjoy this show, even though I did watch it for the Great Muta match, which was really good. I really liked it. And if you looked at the star ratings itself, you'd probably be like, wow, you're being kind of hard on this show. You have to understand that there was crap on this show that was so horribly bad booking that it really, 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 really just sucked to watch. You had the Great Muta match, the 6-man, which was a lot of fun. It was cool to see. The guys looked like they were having fun. Daniels, Kazarian, and Sabin, who, by the way, are now not going to be on TV for a month because they weren't at the last tapings. So who knows what's going on there. And the same thing with Austin Aries. But anyways, so you had that. Then you had the stupid Samuel Shaw, Ken Anderson bullshit. I hate this. I hate this. I hate Samuel Shaw. I do. I'm like, I get what they're doing. They're this angle has been done where you got the creepy stalker dude stalking the pretty girl, and Kevin Sullivan did this angle a couple times. You've got the War Games DVD, the first Tower of Doom match. That's basically what this was about. That was about with Kevin Sullivan and Precious, and 1,000 times better than this bullshit. I mean, I understand they're trying to update it, but they're updating it in a way that is just like, it makes you feel stupid watching it. Fuck. You had Tiger Uno versus Manic. This was a good match. It wasn't advertised. It was just on there. So that was the other thing, is that basically they changed 3 matches. They added this. They took away the EC3 match, which in which Bobby Lashley showed up just to beat him up, which was okay, I guess. You couldn't have put I guess not, because I guess what they wound up doing with Jeff Hardy, which was stupid. But anyways, with EC3, you would think Willow could show up and Willow could have beat him up, but that's not what happened. You had Gunner versus James Storm. This was pretty good as well. I enjoyed that. You had Madison Rayne versus Gail Kim. That was a pretty good women's match. You had Magnus versus Joe. Oh my fucking god! I knew Joe wasn't going to win. I was fine with that. But oh my god, he walked out with the shirt. I'm like, Joe, why you got the stupid shirt on? Then we found out, because he hadn't been wearing a shirt. We found out why he had a shirt. He probably had padding or something underneath, because they were going to have Abyss come out from under the ring and fucking kill Joe. What the fuck? What the fuck? This is why I don't watch TNA. This is why I don't watch TNA. And then we had Lethal Lockdown, which is usually pretty good, but was just okay, I would say. Maybe a little better than okay. You know, you had the storyline of it was, I guess, surprising, but it was still kind of like, all right, the way it was all done. I don't know if Russo's back or not. If Russo's back, fine. Then whatever the fuck. Just whatever the fuck. If Russo's not back, freaking David Lagana is fuck. This has pissed me off watching it. This is why I don't watch TNA, because this shit pisses me off. But anyways, but yes, so I did watch Lockdown. And people are gonna go, well, if TNA pisses you off so much, why do you watch it? I watched it because they gave me the Great Muta. They gave me the Great Muta, so I watched. And I shouldn't have watched. I should have watched my Great Muta match. I should have gone, okay, I'm done, and left. But I didn't. I was like, okay, I'll watch the rest of it. I'm watching it anyways. Ugh. I'll probably still watch the one night only pay-per-view because, you know, it's Great Muta. And there's actually stuff on there that looks like it might have been good. Although they added the freaking bromans to that freaking... don't even get me started on with the bromans winning, losing the titles for no apparent fucking reason. Anyways, so anyways, I think that's it. I think I'm all caught up. I've probably been talking for about 30 minutes now. Oh, almost 30 minutes. So not as long as I thought. But anyways, so I'm kind of caught up now. I plan on sometime in the next couple of days to shave this off, probably, and watch the last New Japan pay-per-view. This past weekend, I have not watched it yet, and watch it, and hopefully it will be very good, and I will enjoy it. It looked like it was, from everything I've heard, it sounded like it was pretty enjoyable from what I've heard, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. So, yeah, because this one, which is the New Japan Cup, which is the winner of the New Japan Cup will take on Okada in the finals. The runner-up, which will be the loser of the finals, will take on Tanahashi. So hopefully it's Shibata that wins. But we will see, and I might wait and do that review until after, so it'll probably be another week or two. I might do just the whole New Japan Cup as one whole thing. But looking very forward to that. And of course, to all of you in Toronto and to all of you in New York City, fuck you. Because you are getting New Japan. You are the New York crowd that was all pissy because they didn't get real New Japan guys, i.e., because Carl Anderson isn't a real New Japan guy. What the fuck? That's a bunch of bullshit. You're getting real New Japan guys, or at least what you consider real New Japan guys. You're getting, so far, you're getting Okada and Tanahashi and Nakamura. It looks like you're probably also going to get, and Jado and Jado. So you're getting them. Some other guys, I believe, are also coming. I can't remember off the top of my head. It looks like they want to do, ROH versus New Japan guys. By some grace of God, if they give us Ishii versus Michael Elgin, I might sell my soul and I might go to New York. I just might, because that could be something right there. But anyways, you figure the Young Bucks will be there because they're the new ROH champions, so they'll probably be there, and I'd imagine we'll probably get some other guys too. They had advertised, I believe, Saban's, who I can't remember his name now, Saban's partner. So I would imagine you might get the Time Splitters. I would imagine you probably the Hooligans. You might actually get the Hooligans too. And imagine there will probably be a lot of those types of guys on these shows. Should be awesome shows. Too bad Ring of Honor doesn't do iPay-per-views. I completely get why they don't do iPay-per-views anymore. But I know Kurt Bauer wants to get back into the iPay-per-view thing if he can, from what I've read. So there is that. But anyways, yeah, so there is that. And New York is sold out. And I believe, which, by the way, and if you want to hear me dump, if you really want to hear me dump on TNA, there you go. New York is, which is, I believe, 1,800 people. Toronto looks like it will sell out, and that will be, I believe, about 1,500 people. Lockdown, reportedly, the advance, which means everything that was the tickets sold before the show, before the day of the show, was 900. Apparently, they wound up with about 1,500 people that day. Oh my fucking god! Are you kidding me? A pay-per-view that you have been building up for I don't know how long, and that's all you can do in Miami. Just saying. And when you add to the fact that freaking Chikara, that has been gone for a year, and comes back, and hey, I was like, I wonder how this is going to do. They've got 2 shows that first show they sold out, and they added more seating, so they're not sold out now, but they were sold out. No card, nobody knows who's going to be there. Sold out. Chicago, same thing. No card, no one knows who's going to be there. Sold out. They're looking to add more seating to that. That's pretty freaking amazing. I know a lot of people, were like really weirded about the whole, Ashes thing and Ring of Honor going away, or not Ring of Honor, Chikara going away, and all of that. I was one of them. I was like, how is this going to play out? Apparently, Quack understands his audience better than anyone ever thought anyone would, because people are eating this up. So people seem interested. I am kind of saddened that they stopped with the Ashes videos. I think those videos should have kept going. I know they're going to do a movie. I don't know what the hell that's going to be. And I know they're adding where they're basically having guys do voicing song lyrics, which be leading up to the return of Chikara, which seems kind of weird. But anyways, so there is that too. So now I've gone about 30 minutes. There we go. Anyways, so I'm done. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.